Yeah, yeah. Like all the names are unique. But no matter what, they Banya was good enough for Daft Punk to sample them, and not everyone knows that random fact. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, they for random access memory, RAM. I forgot which song they used a sample for, but it was definitely Extravaganza got a sample for one of their songs, and it's so random, and it's not that much, but it's from it.
We'll be there tomorrow. Well, in like 24 hours. We'll be there.
Yeah. What up, JUK?
What's up, man?
Hey, JUK, I got a quick question. Have you watched this video yet? We ain't gonna watch it all the way through. We're not gonna watch the video all the way through.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That one.
There's one up here. Like within the good thing you got subs this time.
That's true.
Yeah. The only reason why I kind of threw my arms up when he said the first line, you know, all the Americans are disqualified. I'm like, you goddamn it, why are you drinking this fucking Kool-Aid? You should know better. Mm-hmm. You should know better. I can't wait till this situation is over. I'm recording this. I'm gonna drop it. I can probably say her name on here. Nobody's not watching this shit. But I'm gonna drop the video. Like the video will be released on Saturday after the event, which is Friday over here or Friday morning.
Yeah.
Also, I need not get the early bird Jalapeno ticket. I got like the 10 a.m. one.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I don't know for sure when KAC starts. 10? Okay.
Well, I think DDR is the second game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I wonder how the fuck they're gonna do 14 games in one day. Usually KAC is like a couple days to a couple weeks. Unless they're doing it all at once.
I'm gonna guess that, yeah, like certain stages.
Yeah, certain
yeah, so.
I'm more excited to see if Konami gonna bust out some new games as well as some of the new stuff that's at Jalapeno.
Yeah.
A little bit more than like KAC is like the excuse to go to the event, even though I'm really not. Actually, KAC is an excuse to go to Japan. There we go.
I do want to try that Zuiko that tabletop DDR thing that they announced. It's gonna be there. So
Fuck.
So you can actually try it.
No, I wonder, is it too late to pre-order?
I mean, if they have it there for a sale, depending on how much it is, you might snag one.
Nah, they ain't gonna have it for sale. That would be nice, but I doubt they will have it for sale. All right, but well, okay, you know, so Dan Sage, and you guys don't see the chat. He's saying PRU is eating DDR lunch. Not right now, no. Currently with the event right now, a lot of people are throwing money at DDR. I should say, a lot of people are going broke for DDR over these songs.
Yep.
And while all these songs are hype, trying to clear them is not hype. And unless you got fuck you kind of money, most people might be saying that they are protesting, that they're skipping the event. They just don't want to say they're just not good enough, because it's definitely, I'm not sure if the current event is a skill issue or a money issue.
It's both.
I know it's both, but if I had to choose one, because me and Yam talked about the breakdown, since you got to clear each and every chart, right? Yeah.
Each and every chart, expert to
basic. Basic expert.
Beginner doesn't count.
Yeah.
So you got to do it for 7 songs.
Yeah.
7?
No, 6.
6 songs.
Yeah, 6 songs. We don't count that 7th one. That 7th one you got to earn.
Yeah.
But
6 songs, so 4 difficulties, and 3 songs have challenge charts.
Yeah, and 3 difficulties. The first 3, no, 3 got 3 difficulties. The other 3 got 4 difficulties. We ain't count a beginner. And you broke it down as $5 a game.
Yep.
So that's $5. If you get $100 at round 1, that is $5 per chart. Which means if you get everything in one shot, you're spending $90. Close, a little bit over $90 to unlock each and every one of these charts. If you get every one of them on the first shot without failing, which is, man, you're either a high-end player or you're very lucky. No, actually, you just gotta be a high-end player. I don't see nothing else. Oh man.
Yeah. Day 1, very few people got past. I think day 1, everyone got to like the last songs, but I think it took 2 days for someone to finally get to Ho.
Yeah. The fact you gotta like basically get a 9.5 on 218s while getting that many greats. Oh man. But this video here, you know what? If you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's informative, but the issue is Dr. D left certain stuff out, and someone wanted me to do a reaction video. And it's kind of weird looking at Dr. D with a gold tee because I'm so used to the clean cut guy. Oh man.
KAC to just be Japan only. You could have just said that.
The About
section for Konami Arcade Championship
2023 roughly translates to, this is Konami's official esports tournament that determines the top arcade game players. Here's a question, how can you determine the top arcade players if you don't let the top players compete? Fair warning.
This is probably the most important thing because I've been saying this for years. We don't have like a world championship, but no one else. Pump has a world championship. It's called the big one. That counts. Yeah. Konami, like not Konami, Animero, at least Animero US acknowledged that.
And for how short the lifespan of ITG was, official ITG, it had 2 or 3 world champions.
Yeah.
So.
We don't count. We should count the Europe ones, but I don't know how many of those championships that they had out there. Yes, you should have came over Hip Hop Night. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me retitle this as Raver Rave Radio. There we go. I forgot to add that.
Irv, you still got time if you want to.
He ain't gonna get over here.
You got 5 minutes.
And what's up with us? We were talking. Also, Tenchi Blake is here. He is getting his play on. That's why you might hear pump it up sounds in the background. But this face that Dr. D is making, he is man. I can't accept Dr. D's face right here.
Yeah.
I'm so used to the clean cut.
Dudes.
Yeah, dude,
he's been hiding. He's been playing at home a lot.
Oh yeah, and now I gotta realize that he's old. He's my age. He got this gold tee and shit. He's talking about pain. He's talking about having pain in his body and his feet, and he's dealing with injuries and
I
stuff.
will say this: the beard isn't the issue. Like it looks fine on his face. It's the hair.
His hair has always been like that. Like the one thing I'm glad that Dr. D did was talk about the fact that he was at Top Ranker and KAC.
Yeah. Because
I was telling people for years, hey, wasn't there some American at Top Ranker and like KAC, and everybody was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, well, I sworn there was some random like tall like white dude among a bunch of short Asians at this tournament, and everybody like no, and he finally like show the baby face him.
Yeah. Oh. got a gift sub.
Who you gifting?
Dancing stage.
Man, Dancing Stage need to be. Dancing Stage got a whole arcade. He needs to be putting in $5 every now and then. Are you trying to get that? Are you trying to get that achievement, Blake?
Yeah.
Blake, why are you trying to hurt yourself like this?
What's the achievement?
Okay, it's Mamatron or whatever. You gotta get a score.
No, not that one.
Which one?
Gimmick 1.
Oh, gimmick. Never mind. Never mind. I thought you were just trying to abuse yourself.
Human metronome.
Yeah, human metronome. Yeah, let me just switch the camera to him real quick. Alright, I'm about to continue this video here. But yes, Dr. D always had this bold cut. Or that look like someone from Hanson. This is normal, but this him having his facial hair, I don't know if I can do this, man. He looks like a man now. It's just different. It's weird, but it's better than him having like the spiky freaking hair. Oh man, we sitting here talking about this dude like look and facial features. I mean, he's still beautiful, but I just can't get used to this. Actually, this is a nice meme poster right there, just warning.
Yeah.
Right there, good. Look, he got it's like, and his face is clear, his lips is nice and pink. Eyes look like it got some filters on it, and his hair looks so nice. Oh man,
It's good editing. He actually cropped out like the warning around his head, so that's actually really.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Oh yeah, I need to start doing that. I need to get back on my editing. I haven't edited a video in a couple weeks.
Warning, this video is going to be kind of long, so for your convenience, I am leaving chapters down below, so feel free to skip around. To
So that's a
what you
green
really
screen.
care about.
It's
If you
green
follow
screen.
DDR, then
DDR,
you've
then you-
definitely heard the news by now, but just in case you're living under a rock or you don't know what's going on, I'm going to break it down for you because this issue is bigger than DDR and I think it deserves to be heard.
The issue is bigger than DDR. No, I think it's only a DDR issue.
Brief intro, I'm Derek, but you probably know me by my handle, Dr. D, and
I never knew his name was Derek.
I've been playing DDR competitively for over 20 years. Konami Arcade Championship, or just KAC, is an annual, okay, scratch that, mostly annual competition held in Japan featuring Konami music games. KAC is bigger than DDR, but I'm going to be covering DDR today because, well, that's my expertise and that's where the center of the controversy lies. So let's say you're a DDR player in the West wishing to compete in the final round at KAC. You register online and take part in the qualifying rounds using your Konami eAmusement Pass. This is just a card used to log in and play the game and save your data. Note, this card is tied to your Konami ID and that's very important for later.
That's yes and no, because I had the thought like this is not yes and no, because it's not like with Pump It Up where you got to register your card before you can play. You can just put your card, tap your card in, and start playing as is.
Yeah. You don't have to make it a Konami ID as long as you have the card. That's it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little bit confused, because let's say if you're a player, and you just start playing on a white cab at round 1 and never registers. Will that mean your account is automatically in the USA? And do you need to register your account for KAC? Or do you need to register your account for? Do you need a Konami ID?
Yeah, you need a Konami ID for KAC.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you just want to just play DDR, you can just have the card. You don't have to worry about any of the special options. You can just have that card, and you don't need to make a Konami ID.
Man, but for like stuff like KAC, you have to make it. You gotta have to make a Konami ID.
A Japanese Konami ID account. Yeah.
See, and that's the part that's interesting to me. So that's where I'm getting a little bit confused. All right, so you need a Japanese KAC account. I mean, Japanese Konami account.
Yeah.
But can you still do the KAC event?
Nope.
So you can't do a KAC event with the USA account.
Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But just without the options.
Yeah, you just won't get the options.
Yeah. So I wonder, and here's another loophole I was thinking of. For the people that just tap the card, if you just join someone that's just they're able to participate in the KAC and the other person is not.
No. The game knows if someone's on is on the event and one's not.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever's on the event will show up as EA score. The other one will show as money score.
Money score, okay.
So the game knows.
So, little information like that, while some people might say, duh, it's like, nah, that stuff matters. That stuff matters.
Later. So let's say you participate and score high enough to qualify. Konami will then send you an email inviting you to participate in the final round in Japan, where of course you go over there, kick some ass, and you know, take the title back to America.
I'm taking the title back to America.
Okay, jokes aside, that would be the long and short of it. However, this year, 4 North American players not only qualified, they dominated their competition in both the free and women's division. And what do they win? DQ for everyone.
Only DQ has a tasty creation for all your cravings.
I wish they actually did get the DQ.
No, not that.
DQ that Dairy Queen is actually nice.
This
Never
DQ.
even-
So how
never
did
even
this
did.
happen?
You should, but it's only in
Why
malls.
did this happen? And most importantly, will
Will
DQ please open up more locations in Asia? All
No.
places besides the last one.
You don't need that fattening shit in Asia,
So let's
ever.
start right by going over the history of
You don't need their fucking Blizzard fucking Oreos.
Motherfucker!
Motherfucker!
Hide and seek with totally different roles.
Ugh. Skip. The history of KAC.
KAC
I actually
started
did like
way
the
back in 2011, where everything seemed much simpler. Oh, hey, that's me.
Oh yeah.
Back when I had
See,
more hair and
I remember that.
totally myself.
You got more here in this one than that.
In
No.
the early years, DDR Online was not officially supported in the West. Simply put, if you lived outside of Asia, your chances of competing were virtually zero unless you moved to another country. Things changed in 2016 after Konami officially opened e-amusement support at Round 1 and Dave & Buster locations in North America. So, in 2016,
Okay. No. I just want to complain about this. He used the lamest Dave and Buster's commercial. Why not use the perfect DDR girl?
There's a really fun small cameo if you actually like continue on in the
Okay.
video.
Okay, I'm sitting here being like the dancing community, just reacting and not thinking.
when the 6KC rolled around, North American players finally had a shot to compete.
Motherfucking JJ, how old is this?
This is from the
20
first year. Yep,
the
the-
fucking
the-
shit,
the very first year.
2016.
So you see our boy Justin.
And then
Up there.
Justin, you got the Sap,
Yeah, Sappy,
Sappy, you got Lil Big Matt up there, Chunka.
Chaos, 9-Volt,
We got and we also got
Sir Namble.
yes, yes, up in there, Ches Mix. A lot of people, man. He went all the way back.
Yeah, so when I first saw it, oh shit, it's our freaking boy Justin. He's in the
Yes.
video.
Chris for life qualified.
Yeah, but this one they had it dividing, only taking in a few folks
Yeah.
at the time. Unlike now. Hold on.
First and went on to win it after defeating Fefems in a close match. How many players are allowed?
Thank God you didn't blur out Jeff Lloyd's
He
handle.
He actually says his name.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I think you probably realize that most people not gonna know what other people are talking about, and part of that controversy. And plus, it's part of the history of all this.
Would the video have been more legendary if he just blurred out his face?
Ooh, no, we are past that period, okay? Because you can't be mentioning people that current people don't know who or what they are, and it's not the personal stuff is separated from the stuff like the stuff that's happening at KAC is separated from the personal stuff.
That's true.
So I'm gonna keep going.
Allowed to enter the final round, and how many slots each region gets varies a lot year to year. We're not going to get into the details, but just know that it does change all the time. If you're
It's
curious
spelling
to
on this
know
damn
about past
sub.
and present KACs, I'm going to leave a Remy Wiki article that covers all of them. Link is down below. The 6th through 9th KAC saw more participants from non-Asian regions as players competed for a chance at winning the world title. Stop for a second. World title. You know, it's really interesting because everyone treats it like a world title, but strictly speaking, KAC was never billed as a world tournament or any definitive way to determine the best player in the world. If you ask most players, they'd probably point out that the final round is kind of a joke with always changing rules, scoring, and formatting. For crying out loud, they don't even allow warm-ups before players attempt some of the hardest songs in the game.
You look.
I saw that live and Oshima was so mad. He was so mad at the freaking commentators because they did a 19 cold and then they're like, all right, you're gonna start 3, 2, and he just like stared at them with murder stare and they're like, okay, let him like chill for a bit.
Hell no, let them work.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good message of him like dead on the freaking like floor. Is like
All these poor people. Yet they continue to play this shit and try to go for KAC.
If you want to see what real competitive DDR looks like, there are already so many grassroots tournaments both online and in person that do a far better job than Konami ever could. So why the disconnect? Well, from Konami's point of view, the tournament has always just been really a sideshow. You see, KAC has been held at JPO for most of its run. JPO is like an E3 event held in Japan every year. Big Japanese companies like Konami are there to show off their products and tease upcoming ones and grab headlines and attract buyers. It's just marketing. It doesn't help that the floor space is pretty expensive and their time is limited and they're trying to run over a dozen competitions. So why do players regard KAC so highly? It's a really good question.
It's a really simple answer. Because no one don't want to go to us for this shit, and everyone want to rely on fucking round 1 for official shit, and no one don't want to piss off Konami by using data. That is why. I mean, there is Bimani Pro League, but I don't really count that since that is not the World Championship, but Japan only. But let me keep on going. Let me not try to talk my shit.
It might be because until Bimani Pro League, BPL for short, KAC has been the biggest official Konami-held event since no one remembers Top Ranker 2008 but me.
I remember Top Ranker, fucker. I watched that shit. I watched you and this bowl haircut. Dude, you ever watch Top Ranker 08?
what was that help?
No, it was held in Japan.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you go download the DVD, holy shit, the production, it's so fucking ass. It's so bad. The lighting, like you couldn't even tell this dude was white. The only reason why you can tell he's white is because everyone else around him was like a foot shorter than him. Okay, so I remember watching this. I'm like, oh shit, there's an American over there, dude. That's fucking dope. What's going on? I didn't know what was going on because there was no subs or anything. You just watched it as is. But yes, I remember this Dr. D there. And the Bimani Top Ranker, it was rough, but not as rough as it is now. It was just a different time period. Plus, Supernova 2.
Oh God, no, please, get it off. Nope, a little more, Oof, yeah, don't want to remember that. It is worth noting most players are loving BPL, but unfortunately it seems to be just Japan only for now. Let's not forget KAC was always streamed live. Players from all over the world who don't join the event in person will make time and stay up late if they have to just to witness the event. To give Konami staff credit, they do an excellent job overall. The broadcast is very professional and the hosts are fantastic. They even surprise us with big announcements and hold live performances of the Bonami sound team.
Okay, so right there, he's already said like their production, their announcers, and all that is perfect. Our shit is fucking ass. Shout out to Rip. The main tournament side, perfect. Women's side, man. Do I say her name Freya or Frey?
I think it's Freya. Freya or Freya?
Yeah,
Freya.
yeah, Freya. Yeah, Freya. Man, they left her alone. Freya could only do so much on the mic. Wow. The women's tournament was rough only because Freya was the only person really rocking the mic and she was competing. So she had double duty. So there was time where you didn't hear nothing. But at least the women's tournament had production. Doubles just got the backhand. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We got a lot of dead noise. We got no music, no sound. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I didn't even know there was a top four, but I don't know what. There was no one on the mic because everybody paid attention to the main tournament, the main finals. The doubles and the couples was just got the backhand. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just want to sit there and put that. I'm glad that a tournament like RIP is doing like a main tournament, a women's tournament, a doubles tournament, a couples tournament. But the production and all that past the main stuff needs to be elevated. But there's only so much they can do. And, you know, at least they did it. That's where again. We were in the chat clowning. We were in the chat having fun, like talking shit about the production, and it was all out of fun. We were like, yeah, they're gonna see all our comments at some point during this event. But everybody really was. I think some of the commentators were in the finals as well, so they really couldn't give like doubles finals or couples the attention it deserves. But let me keep going. Let me stop talking.
What it all comes down to is that this is the one chance a year that players in the West and East can clash and have a chance at being recognized by Konami and players worldwide.
See, right there, no. Not players worldwide, just Konami. You gotta fix that, Dr. D. You gotta fix that. I always saw KAC as it's definitely a clout tournament and it's definitely the championship under Konami's guidelines. But as far as, you know, recognition among players like beyond it, yes and no. Only because there's not a big prize behind it besides clout.
Yeah, there's no monetary value.
Yeah.
You just get a nice fancy plaque.
Yeah.
And a shirt.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the only thing, and that's where it's like, no, you just recognized by Konami officially that yeah, you're the number one for that year. Mm-hmm. So like it with American Idol, sort of.
Whatever the true reason, KAC has always been held in the mind.
Konami Idol. That's all everyone is.
Moving
when it
on,
comes out of KAC.
For obvious reasons, in 2020, KAC changed. The COVID pandemic put a lot of travel restrictions around the world, which resulted in the 10th KAC almost being cancelled. In the end, Konami did manage to hold the event, though it was for Japan participants only and the format was changed to follow COVID guidelines. Overall, everyone that I knew was pretty understanding of the situation. So even though only Japanese players competed, the community as a whole supported and cheered.
Dude, hey, you see this camera? I'm not for sure everyone knows it, but if you saw the previous KAC camera versus this year's camera, this shit is night and day. They have money to get high quality 4K HD cameras. Like, watching this on my screen, these motherfuckers look smooth as fuck. Look fucking clean. I can see this dude pores.
On the finalists and eagerly awaited the next event when the world would be welcomed back. Even more exciting was the addition of a female division, which would give more participants a chance to compete. The 4 players in question are Nate 8, Ambones, Mark, and Chris for Life.
I got a question. When did they wait a minute? Is this their legitimate? This can't be their legitimate pictures,
No,
right?
that's from Uppy.
Okay.
That's the I guess they took a picture of everyone, and whoever made it to the finals, they had like their own like promos, like their own promo packages.
What the fuck? When the fuck did Chris start looking like fucking Shaft? I'm like, wait a minute. This is that he grew facial hair. That's possible. Man, this motherfucker looking like he about to kick down the door and slap some bitch. Oh shit. Motherfucker looking like Shaft though. Oh man. I just had to look at this. Everyone looks normal. Nate looks normal. Ham look normal. Marks look like Dylan Francis.
A skinnier Dylan Francis.
Yeah. He seems like a person that gets down to party. Because why I always imagine him with like longer hair. Like his videos from the angle he be shooting, it looked like he got longer hair. But man, this dude looks like he's a person at parties. But out of everybody, this mustache scaring me from Chris. Holy fuck. God damn, man. Fucking about to go. Man, every time someone need to make a Shaft theme for Chris.
It's like when Vegeta grew his facial hair, it just looks weird.
Yeah, man, we don't count GT. Fucking GT. Oh man.
With the exception of Nate, who's from Canada, everyone else is from the United States. To understand why they got disqualified, let's examine the rule set a little closer, starting with the 6 KAC.
Oh no.
Fuck you. Fuck you, advertisement.
Okay.
Every time there's gonna be a commercial every chapter.
Was special in a lot of ways. For one, it was the first and last time that Konami added language support for 4 languages, including English.
Also, I can't be stopping this shit because what time you gonna go to sleep?
Opening its arms to allow global
It's like
participation. Most of the rules are standard and outline how you can participate by registering.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get up at like 3 in the morning.
6 KAC.
People, you don't need to know this is filler. This is definitely filler.
Must be from the country or region that you live in, and if it's not, then you need to register a new Konami ID with the correct region. Again, pretty standard stuff, and the rules remain pretty much the same from the 6th through the 9th KAC. We'll skip the 10th for reasons mentioned earlier, and since outside participation wasn't a thing, 2022 would see no KAC, so let's just look at the 11th KAC rule set and see what has changed. Do note, I am using Google Translate here, so things might not be 100% accurate. So as you can see, I'm scrolling through the entry rules, which contains the governing rules to the whole tournament, including things that are prohibited and bannable offenses in general. Feel free to pause and read, or click the link in the description to see for yourself. Moving on to DDR specific rules, right away you can tell that things are a bit different, with even more emphasis on Konami IDs and a new rule regarding female participants. This rule here is saying that your EM
that for the women, I think it says must be registered with a public institution.
Yeah, I was looking at that for the first time.
So I don't think Konami allows
trans.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't know if Konami allows trans. I don't know if Konami allows trans.
Oh, look, gender will be determined based on notification to public institutions.
Yeah, so you have to be legally registered as a female.
Yeah, family registration, insurance card, and will be confirmed at the time of reception for the final competition. So does this mean that
Konami is transphobic?
Well, no, but no. We're not gonna go that far, okay? We're not white. We're minorities, so we can't make those claims.
That's true.
Okay. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that even though I'm not good enough to compete with the women, if I can get a bunch of stuff that makes me a woman legit, I'm not without the surgery, but like just paperwork that says that I am a woman, does that count? Yeah, because I finally look at the gender thing. I didn't even go through this rule says because I'm not good enough for KAC.
Yeah, that's the one thing when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, did they really just like not allow? But then again,
the fact that no one pointed that out.
Yeah, it was only until this video that I noticed that. I didn't even see it in the rules when I did translate it.
Well, because no one is not paying attention to these fucking rules. Everyone only saw these 2 rules because they act like they were going to KAC to compete.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. And that shows you that no one don't give a damn about transitional folks playing this game, which there is plenty. Because someone would have sat there and saw that and would have called foul. Period.
Apparently there was a lot changed in Japan, but they insisted on ID. Oh, okay. So if you free is open to whoever, but the women, the women's that's
just for them.
Yeah.
But that's why that rule is there. But yeah, the whole. I think the only thing that was stupid was like you had to know the language to actually participate.
Yeah.
But even then, I said just get a translator. I don't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, just throw up like.
Yeah, or just I tell everyone get a Paul Heyman, okay? Get a Paul Heyman just to talk for you. You just go in there and just whoop ass and take names and it just leaves. Oh man.
The amusement pass that you use for the tournament must match the region that you live and play in, and if it doesn't, your entry may become invalid. In other words, they have discretion to choose if it is or is not. And for the first time in possibly gaming history, Konami, a large video game company hosting a tournament, decided to not allow participants who cannot speak conversational Japanese to enter. How Konami would check this is beyond me. But it is worth noting that the backlash for this was so great that eventually Konami quietly removed it from their website. Okay, are you ready for a slap in the face? Let's say that you overcome all the new roadblocks. Congratulations, you must pay for all of your lodging and accommodations by yourself. Not too difficult if you're a local in Japan, but rather difficult and expensive if you live halfway across the world and don't speak Japanese.
So, this face again. I'm serious.
He looks so dead inside.
Yes, but with the accommodation thing, I don't feel that's that big of a deal because players at Evo, and okay, I'm gonna give the big example. I always use Evo as a good example for a video game championship, but this is just to point this out. In Kings of Fighters, the majority of people in the finals are from Mexico, okay? Some of these motherfuckers are local and they know each other. There's not a bunch of Americans or Japanese players in the KOF finals. It's just, Latin America. So, no one's not paying for their shit.
Same thing with Tekken. Most of them are Korean.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys are traveling across the world to basically play like local matches that they can have at their shop or their home, because the majority of these players know each other and they play against each other all the time. That's why the whole lodging shit, when people were saying, "Oh, it's a big deal," I'm like, man, no, that's pretty normal actually. It's pretty normal. Like the company, at this point, the company don't have to do it if they don't have to to cover that shit if they don't have to. I think for like Andamiro will do it because they hold their shit in some fucking island whenever they do it. But yeah, let me just continue on. But I just want to point that out. I just point out Evo with Kings of Fighters, Yan pointing out with Tekken, and the majority of these guys literally fly across the country spending thousands of dollars to be playing with their buddy that they be playing at their local shop or their home with. Just pointing that out. And there's another thing. There is money involved, but a lot of them are not getting paid like that. Just pointing that out. Like, some people really need, and I think that's where Dr. D, with this look, gave a little bit more detail of all of that, because, and this is where he missed a chance to go over the World Pump Festival and how intramural do the accommodation for that, but they haven't done it in a few years because it's fucking rough and shit. And they are spending money, and a lot of these companies, they don't always do this. Like Evo's like the biggest fighting game championship in the world, and they ain't paying for nobody. You know what I'm saying? They're not covering people's trips and all that shit. It's like you're on your own. You're taking a risk, and getting in the finals of that involves, yeah, you are going to get clout. You're going to get clout, reputation, as well as money. Just pointing that out. And just want to sit here and pause at this dude's serious face. His hair is still the same. Just a little bit. No, he got more hair on the side. Okay.
It wasn't clear. In previous years, Konami always paid for transportation and accommodations. And look, they even gave us food.
That's the most saddest burger.
Did you notice one more rule that they added? If you have ever been disqualified from KAC, you are not allowed to enter. This will be very important for later. Okay, let's just get this over with. Did Chris, Mark, Nate, and Amber break the rules? Yes. Yes, they did. Are you surprised or shocked? I'm not. What if I told you that I broke the rules too? What if I told you that most players who are playing DDR outside of Japan are breaking the rules as well? If you don't play DDR, then you might not understand why that is. So let me break it down. Do you remember how I said that? I think it's time that we address that. Here's the thing.
Well, because that's someone prostate gets examined.
Regions around the world. Any serious or competitive DDR player is going to have their account tied to the Japan region. Keep in mind, many competitive DDR players have been playing for over 10 years, long before e-amusement services were even offered in the West. Players like me would visit Japan frequently for local...
Hold on, wait, we gotta go back to this. Hold on, wait, play.
For over 10 years, long before e-amusement services were even offered in the West. Players like me...
See, we are seeing the evolution of this dude. We went from nerd geek to midlife crisis, and now we're at what would we call this period right here? Lost and wondering, or the evolution, because we got some facial hair, we got some ruggedness kicking in, and he looks like he's having the best time of his life at this point. You know what I'm saying? He's not dealing. He's like, man, fuck this KAC shit. I'm just going to fucking marvelous attack every fucking thing and just enjoy fucking life. Fuck this shit. Fuck it.
We would visit Japan frequently for local meetups, events, or tournaments, and play the game with our Japanese Konami ID. Fun fact, by default, if you never set up a Konami ID online, if you try to use a Pasali machine in Japan, your e-amusement card will automatically register a Japanese Konami ID for you. So why do we need a Japanese account? Well, put simply, not using a Japanese Konami ID is only to your disadvantage. For whatever reason, Konami limits your playing abilities depending on your account region. Using anything but a Japan account would limit your song availability, premium features, and the use of their Pasali system. That last one is big if you ever want to play DDR while you're in Japan. Without Pasali, basically all arcade machines in Japan won't allow you to play premium credit. A premium credit costs more, but it is definitely the preferred way to play DDR for nearly all DDR players since it makes more songs available, it allows for an extra stage, and it gives you more access to more speed options while playing, and that's pretty huge. To give you an idea how important this is, earlier this year, Fefems visited Japan, but his card was tied to his Korean account. Instead of playing without premium, he chose to create a new account just so that he could access the features and enjoy DDR in Japan with his friends. So this should give you an idea how important it really is. As for songs, currently...
Yeah, so see, I thought that what you're supposed to do. Yeah, because, yeah. That's where I'm like confused and all that stuff.
So technically he broke the rules as well by having a secondary account on his Japan, but he qualified on his K account.
Because I thought that's why I thought what happened with him was having we discussed this earlier. They have two cards, and they both enter in the KAC. But he had a Japanese card and a Korean card, and yeah, it makes sense because he only used the Korean card for Korea and then the Japanese card for Japan. Yeah.
The only way to purchase and play DDR Grand Prix songs is with the Japanese account. At this time, we don't know if those songs would be selectable or not during the final round. But could you imagine if they were? Non-Japanese players would have such a disadvantage, not being able to practice songs before the finals. Even if they're not selectable in the final round.
We got data, man. You see, you're holding that one back, but we're not going to talk about that, okay? You know we got data. Everyone got data.
He has data.
Yeah, he got data. And we got Step Mania. So don't sit here and try to plead and try to make it sound like, oh yeah, we don't have access to this shit. You know we do. You know we fucking do. Don't try to pull that one, Mr. Dr. Derek.
A lot of the songs currently locked fall within the typical 17 through 19 range that we see in the final round. Having more access to those types of songs definitely gives you an advantage regardless if they're in the final round or not. There are only 9 level 19 songs, and one of them is locked with a Japan-only account. You see,
and the other one's just locked because you're just not good enough.
Nobody is right now.
Yeah, man, that's a whack thing. That is a whack thing.
in the past, Konami let you move your e-amusement
Nice in the past reference. I didn't see him like put the jacket up the first time.
and pass data between Konami accounts. This simple online process was easy and reversible, so you could have different region accounts and move your card data between them. A bit annoying, but still a working solution. Since Americans participated in the 6th KAC, it was well known that they would qualify under the region that they lived, but once
boy,
they
you
were
better head
in
out.
Japan, they would
All right,
switch
let me
over
let me
to
like
their
charge.
Japan account
I
to
handle
access
that.
all the features.
I gotta finish
Again,
this shit
this
so
was a
he can get to sleep,
necessity
so we can get
because
to
of the
sleep.
limitations Konami put on non-Japanese accounts, and never once did Konami raise an issue or try to disqualify these participants for changing them between the 6th and 9th KAC. This set a precedent. So what changed? Well, earlier this year, Konami put a stop to freely allowing users to move play data between accounts without deleting your account. Not getting into too many details, but essentially players were taking advantage of switching data between cards to access paid song packs on various games. All you need to know is that Konami put a stop to it, which left players in the West with a choice. Which Konami account region should they commit to? Well, if you were paying attention, it was a no-brainer. Virtually all players in the West committed to the Japan account. When KAC rolled around this year, everyone had to quickly decide what to do given that the region that they lived in was not the same as their account. So what did our players do? Well, Nate 8 committed to just keeping his account region to Japan for Group A submissions. After all, why should it matter where you live and play when this year's KAC wasn't even region locked like previous ones? As long as you qualify and make it to the finals, why does it even matter? Well, to Konami this year, it did, and this ended up getting Nate disqualified for not living in the same region as his account. As for the other three, they went a different route. In the end, they all switched to qualifying with a different amusement card using a United States Konami account. This seemed like the best strategy, offering the highest chance to succeed, especially since Nate 8's disqualification was announced in advance before qualifiers ended. When Group B qualifiers ended, everyone thought Amber, Chris, and Mark really had a shot. Mark's friends and family even celebrated by making him a custom cake to
This fucking cake.
Yeah, I saw that cake and I was like,
Congratulations, Mark KC 2023. God damn it. Hope this cake was good.
yeah.
I hope so.
It looks like red velvet, so
I'm gonna be honest with you.
fancy as fuck.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't eat cake. Like, I eat cheesecake. If this was a cheesecake, I'd be jealous. This would be the giant cheesecake, and he got this all for himself. Man, this is actually a good shot. Actually, any picture that he takes is just beautiful. It's just magical, and it's just perfect. Man, I want to steal this cake. Oh man, that's such a good photo, man.
Yeah, he's very photogenic.
Yes. Yes, why you can be like, yo, he's your typical white guy. I was like, no, man, look at the cheekbone, the smile.
The hair nicely coiffed over.
Yes. And it almost looked like he's biting his lips like, girl, I'm about to take that booty from you, man. I can take it anytime. But after I get this MSC, okay, you just stay right there. Let me get my balls sweaty, nice and sweaty just for you.
Congratulate him. Then, after over a week of waiting, the emails started coming in. Amber and Chris got similar emails calling to attention that they had qualified using 2 different accounts as evidenced by their social media postings, and that if it was true, they would be disqualified. What about Mark? Funny story. Mark was originally sent one of these, which is basically inviting him to attend the final round. I'm guessing since he doesn't post much on social media, and didn't bring attention to the fact that he switched accounts between Group A and Group B, that helped him slip through the cracks. At least for a bit, cause yeah, eventually Konami gave him the same email questioning if he entered with 2 accounts and pointing out that they have no record of him playing in Japan. By the way, a bit of a side note, but I find that last bit kind of funny. You see, Mark plays on a gold cab at round 1. Since gold cabs came to the USA, for some reason unknown to me, all gold cabs in the United States are connected to Osaka servers. So on Konami's end, they should see records of him playing in Osaka, Japan. I'm just saying there is evidence of him playing in Japan, and that's totally Konami's fault for not making dedicated servers in the USA. Faced with these emails and an impending deadline, they did their best to explain their situation. I think Chris and Amber both made excellent appeals stating the facts. You can pause now to read, or check the description for Chris's tweet on the matter. So what was Konami's response to these very detailed, articulate points outlining the situation, why it happened, and how they all tried their best, in good faith, to abide by the rules? Well, you can read it yourself. Honestly, a mid-90s AI could muster up more sympathy and compassion.
Please continue giving us money.
That last line
you hope.
especially. We hope you will continue to patronize Konami products in the future. Honestly, I think we all feel patronized. Patronizing DDR is what all...
I don't. I make money off this shit, FYI. But that is rare. But at the same time, it is just business. Unfortunately.
All players like us have been doing for as long as we could remember. Chris alone has over 18,000 plays on his card, which translates to well over 20 grand spent on the game. I dare not check my play count after doing all that grinding on Over the Period Beginner, and I'm starting to do a lot of grinding on Breaking the Future Basic, but we're not going to get into that today. I'm sure Mark, Nate, and Amber have also spent a mortgage or 2 on
No, someone pointed out that if you're gonna be pointing out like tournaments, Upbeat is not one of those tournaments you should be pointing out for obvious crypto reasons. Just want to continue. I'm going to continue on. Also, shout out to the Canadian boys, 4199 and Nate.
dance games. Not only that, they were all still willing to spend an additional couple $1,000s on buying their own plane tickets and hotel accommodations just to show up live to the event. Poor Amber already bought her plane tickets hoping they would accept her entry, only to be told less than 3 weeks that she got disqualified. Thankfully, she's still going to make the most of it, and I do look forward to seeing her there. So was this all rigged from the start? Did anyone outside of Japan honestly have a chance to qualify and attend the event?
Yes.
Maybe. You see, one thing that makes KAC unique are the special songs made for it. This year, 4 songs were released to anyone who entered the competition, regardless of your region. In the past, if you missed unlocking a KAC exclusive song, you might wait up to 1 or 2 years until it became available. Do you see where this is going? So, although the 3 competed using another card on the correct region, they all had an incentive to at least register and unlock the exclusive new songs on their main Japan account. Otherwise, they would be missing important unlocks on their main account.
And see, that's why I got confused yesterday about the stuff. Because, yeah, I thought like I guess I missed that part of the video because I was driving around doing deliveries while I was listening to it. Because I thought I'm like, well, everyone got burner cars. Like, what's the problem? But I missed the part. I definitely missed the part where they register. To enter the event just to get the song. That's where I got mixed up, honestly, because I honestly thought, like I honestly thought, like, oh yeah, well, everyone got a burner car. I thought it was something else that they did where they messed up, because especially when me and Britt talk about the situation, and when we read the whole like have when we read it, it sounded like they entered the competition multiple times. That's how I read it as. And when I went back to look on the list, I'm like, I couldn't find no names. You said you couldn't find no names.
He actually says that, like, if you continue on in the video, he actually shows examples.
Unfortunately, just entering wasn't enough to make the songs automatically unlock. More unfortunately, to unlock them, you had to play them on extra stage, which would count towards qualifying. So, once again, strictly speaking, did they qualify using 2 accounts? Yes. Now, some of you might be saying, well, you know what? That's great. They shouldn't be using 2 accounts. That's unfair. They're going to take away a position from someone else who qualified, and that's just not fair. That's a good point. Let's take a look, shall we? So here, we have Chris's American account in the top spot. Now, let's find his Japan account data. Well, it's not here on the first page. Let's go to the second page. Scrolling, still nothing. What about the third page? Nope. All right, there's the fourth page. And nothing. That's as far back as we can check. Konami won't even list your name in the rankings if you don't make top 200. So who exactly did this affect? Who knows? All three of them only played 2 out of 9 of the qualifiers each round to be as diligent as possible not to upset the rankings. Amber even took an extra step and registered her main account in the free division. The rules state that you're not allowed to enter with multiple amusement passes for one title. So it seemed reasonable to believe that women's division and the free division could be considered as different titles. A reasonable person and company can look at the facts of the matter and understand how we got here. Not to mention, Konami set a precedent in the past that they won't ban you for switching your account between qualifiers and the final. Look, I have no expectations that this video is going to make any difference, but I still thought that this was an important topic to cover. I've been participating in and watching every KAC since the beginning, and even creating compilations, interviews with the participants, and overall promoting and encouraging it through the years. So on a personal note, the fallout of the 11th KAC has greatly saddened me, and my heart breaks for the competitors who sacrificed everything to just have a chance to compete in the final round, only to be turned away at the door. At any time, Konami could have updated the rules and stated clearly where they stood. Since the first rule set, which included needing to know conversational Japanese, it seemed like it was Konami's way of hinting that outside participation wasn't really welcome this year. During the qualifying
and that's fair
round,
assessment.
they could have sent messages privately or made an announcement stating that players were in violation and would be disqualified, and not wait 3 weeks before the event when players have already booked international flights. I know a lot of players are feeling incredibly jaded and upset right now, but I would encourage everyone to support fellow players in this time, regardless of region or nationality, and don't use this to cause a war between East versus West players. This decision
There's already a war.
high-level people at Konami, not the staff, and definitely not the players. So I hope.
So okay, I'm gonna pause right there because I think he had so. I mentioned a few times, and people mentioning a few times on like some of the discords that there was a drum mania situation, and also Aaron explained where a person enter KC twice just to get their friend in it, and pretty much the whole plot wasn't revealed until the finals, and one of the players quit out of protest because of the situation. And I think that little tad bit is something that DDR players don't know. And it's probably why I explained the whole situation with the whole 2 account things for their banning. It's like little stuff like that, like not everyone knows about the behind the scenes stuff, like the UB. I think everyone knows about the UB situation, or the people that were around know about the UB situation. Everyone at the time heard about that shit, but the Drum Mania shit, it wasn't as big. Like it wasn't as big as the UB situation, but it was a pretty big deal. And I guess, even though it should be common knowledge that, you can't enter a tournament even for songs more than once. I think, and they kind of stated that, even just to get the song, and it's bullshit, and it's also bullshit on Konami's part for informing them 3 weeks beforehand. Where I was going with that, they should have made that. They should have made that more clear, and Dr. D in his video should have mentioned that the situation, because while he says it's bigger than DDR, the reason why they're in this situation is because a little bit is from that Drum Mania situation that not everyone knows about, and the fact that it took place it wasn't revealed until the KAC finals. All right, let me continue on so we can end this so you can sleep. It's already 11 o'clock. Fuck.
Also, huge shout out to FEMS for standing in solidarity with the disqualified players.
Did he really stand in solidarity, or he was just like, just not going to participate?
The way he worded it is, if there's no reason to compete against the best players, then it's basically just playing for fun.
Okay.
So, yes, he's standing in solidarity, but it was more of the big boys and the people going aren't gonna show up. Why should I go?
It sounds like, I don't feel like whooping the Japanese player's ass. Yeah. And I want the big dog. I want the 2 American booties, as well as the Canadian that's going to come over. Yeah. But if they're not coming over, why I'm gonna why I'm gonna have Oshima wipe my ass for?
Basically, yeah.
Oh man, Oshima should be the biggest backhand Oshima, Oforma. I should be saying now. Yes, Oshima, Oforma. That should be like the biggest backhand slap ever.
That's true.
Like low key, like while players are mad and stuff, he should be the most saltiest person out of everybody in this situation. All right, the Chris thing, whatever, but the FEMS thing, oh man, a lot of people insecurities are getting exposed right now because of this, and no one's not saying that.
And was asked to join the final round, but turned it down because of the callous response from Konami. Side note, that made TSU, a Taiwan local, the next runner up. But like me, his account is tied to the Japan region, so he was disqualified, which means that it went to the next runner-up, Neiyu. Congratulations. Really, all this can be summed up by gross incompetence from the organizers of the event and not considering the magnitude of factors that made participation for foreigners extremely difficult. Mistakes happen. We get it. But how you go about fixing them really matters. So what happens now?
What happens is a fucking advertisement. I knew this was coming. That's why I left the mic on. Nothing will happen.
Well, like I said, come together, support each other, and make our voices heard. Our voices were loud enough to make Konami remove the conversation.
That was an awkward hug.
Perhaps if they're loud enough now,
I'm gonna whoop your ass.
from a band
by the way.
next year. If you
Bitch.
recall, this year they added a rule stating if you were banned from KC previously, you can't participate. If that is the case, Chris, Nathan, Amber, and Mark will never have a chance to attend KC, which is especially a shame for the last three since they've never even been to one. And if Konami
I'm still
insists
confused by
on
that,
making
though.
bans
They-
permanent,
This is why I was saying, you know,
why not move down the
they
list
need a legal
and
representative
qualify
for this
using
stuff. If they want to take this like that far.
as well.
I think I asked
And if
someone
they're going to
that.
do that, they can start with me. And when they start with me and they continue, they're going to quickly realize that they're going to have to permanently ban nearly everyone playing outside of Japan because they're all tied to Japanese.
Well, yeah, but couldn't you file like?
closing,
I mean, couldn't
do
they
better,
possibly serve them
at
for?
least communicate
I guess
better.
damages, mental,
Players from around the
because
world
they spent
love
money and all that.
the game
You know, the petty
created
route.
25 years ago. We've built so many memories, friendships, and even life lessons through playing and enjoying your game.
Ooh,
We give so much back
that's
to
fair.
you and the community as a whole. And all we're asking for is a
Okay, that's
little
fair.
in return. If you respect your players, I promise they'll do the same back to you. Konami is a private company, and they are free to run their events however they want. And if from now on they want
Just grabbing all this
KC
audio.
Japan or Asian region only, that's fine.
Again,
Just
an
make
echo.
it clear. If you've made it this far, then you must care about DDR and fairness as much as I do. So if you're
We don't care about fairness. We just want to win.
sick of KC, how it's run, the rules, formatting, etc., I have
Another
an
commercial's
announcement
coming.
for you. I would like to announce that I'm going to be reviving Project Idola. This is an online remote tournament I created years ago in response to KC so I could show how I think a real tournament should be done.
I'm going to stop here. I'm going to end this video here because it's late. No. No. Okay. I think RIP is probably the closest thing to a tournament that covers everything. It's just the production is just not there fully yet, or it's just stretched thin. Because I remember Project Idola, and that was mainly singles. You know, Life 4, that is singles. You know what I'm saying? Wars, which apparently been going on forever, but no one recognized. I guess no one have fully recognized to talk about it. Singles.
I didn't know about it until like last month.
Last month, a couple weeks ago. Like, there's not. My only biggest issue is no one can say, and even with him, no one is saying what is a real tournament supposed to look like. Like, on the pump side, yeah, we can sit there and say the big one, possibly at time, Beast in the East. Man, it's weird saying that out loud. Yeah, but when it comes down to DDR, it's like we don't know what is the big like tournament because none of the DDR tournament covers everything in the DDR. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think any of these tournaments are gonna like get big if they're not covering everything. And because at some point you gotta have the ladies tournament. You gotta have the doubles tournament, and yes, freestyle. Freestyle cannot always be Dance Rush.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's why I'm gonna stop here because he's bringing back Project Idola, and why everyone said or always said, you know how a real tournament's supposed to look like, it's like no, because he hasn't run in a few years, but he got his life and all that shit to deal with. But not enough. Everyone's really focused on singles, and with a lot of folks, depending on round one, there's only so much you can do in round one. And for this stuff really to grow and have like a definite, hey, this is like that tournament, resources is needed, heads need to come together. And it's time for me to end this. I will keep on talking, but we gotta get to sleep. We gotta get up in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna keep on going to stream. Yam needs to sleep. I'm not gonna keep on torturing. I was supposed to go wash my ass tonight, and I haven't. And I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna wait. How many hours we got until we get into Japan?
12-hour flight.
No, we got a 12-hour flight, so it's gonna be like a day before I be able to hit the showers. But at least once we get over there, we can just check in to our room.
Yeah.
Because I told the guy we were landing like at 3 o'clock. We are landing at 3 o'clock, right?
From what this says, we land at 3:05.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
the flight got pushed back. I think our flight got pushed back 30 minutes.
Okay, well, because I thought we were gonna be landing in the morning, but
No. We're landing at 3:05 p.m.
all right, but we are out of here. Dance Rush. I should have been paying attention to the chat, but not that many of you guys talking to me right now. But you are, and I'm glad you are. I'm glad whoever stayed. But this video, hey, I can say her name. Shout out to CORGI. This video won't come out till like Saturday anyway, but shout out to her. Is there anyone else in the U.S. side that made it in? It's just her? Are we going to confirm or deny that? Man, this video, but wow, this video won't come out for a few days. Or it will come out on Saturday. Shout out to the people who made it through the cracks in the tournament. Shout out to them. And we're going to sign off here. Have a good one, folks. Bye.